sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and can even keep you from getting the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS.
As a quick programming note, if you are listening to this right now, chances are I am standing in a trout stream in the backwoods of Maine, fishing for native brook trout. And this is my vacation. I'm gone for this entire week. And the cool part about it, among many cool parts, is we're completely unplugged when we're there. There's no internet. There's no, quite frankly, there's no electricity. There's no news. There's no radio. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not sleeping in some freaking tent out in the middle of nowhere. We got cabins and we got hot water that's done by gas, and we have people that are cooking for us. But it's completely device free. When I say device, I mean like connected devices, right? We got fly rods and chainsaws and trucks and all kinds of things, right? But no electronics. And so it's a time to be away. And it's weird what happens after a couple of days. And I'll just speak for myself. It's funny decompressing and getting away from that, and then figuring out that, wow, I'm actually having conversations with people and I'm present because there's nowhere else to be. And so we make it a rule that as soon as we get on the float plane from the last little town we go to before we fly into camp, that you turn off all electronics. Just don't even try at that point. And we don't turn them back on until we land the float plane back into the little town that we fly out of. And not that even if you turn them on in camp, there's nothing there. But to me, this is the greatest place because I can rest my brain. I can get away from the junk food that is the instant gratification, and think back bigger picture about who I am and what I want to do and who I want to be. And what are the conversations I want to have? What are the things that are important? So I have this funny thing about, or that I realized about 15, 20 years ago was the definition of vacation, because that has changed as I've grown up. When I grew up, vacation was you go on a trip with your parents, right? And they take care of you, and we go different places and go do cool things, and somebody else is paying for it. That's vacation. Then I get out of college and I go on vacation with my friends, and then I would go on vacation with my wife, and we would go and do cool shit and travel and have fun and eat and drink and do whatever. And then we had kids. And the first couple of years of having kids, and you go on, quote, vacation, it's like, shit, this sucks. I'm exhausted. This is just taking the show on the road. And then I realized that my true definition of vacation was you go where you want to go. You go where you want to go. You do what you want to do. And if somebody you're with is having a bad day, it's not your effing problem. That's where it made sense to me. You go where you want to go. You do what you want to do. And if somebody you're with is having a bad day, it's not your effing problem. I go on this trip to Maine, like I say, 17th year. My friend Jim, about 5 years ago, our guide dropped us off at this stream about an hour from camp. Dropped us off about 9:30 in the morning. Said he'll come back and get us about 4:15 in the afternoon, which is great. It's perfect. We're very well able to take care of ourselves. Jim hurried along, got dressed quickly. He was excited to get in the stream and start fishing. We were taking our time. And as I finally got my waders on and my fly rod put together and everything ready to go fishing, I hear Jim flailing around in the water. I look out in the stream, and Jim had slipped and fallen and broken his fly rod in half. It's 9:45. We're going to be there till 4:15, 4:30. And I was like, see ya. Have a nice day. And I went on to go fishing. Not because I was being a jerk. There's nothing I could do. And we have that agreement anyway, right? I'm not going to, if that had happened to me, I would expect them to go fishing too. I'll figure it out. Everything else is family trip. And family trip is great. You just have to recognize it for what it is. That is not vacation. I would recommend that for those of you in high pressure jobs, which I guess is most of us, most of you No BS sales team that are working in sales right now, it's a high pressure job. If you can find a way to get away, let me stop. Find a way to get away for at least 3 or 4 days on a vacation. Let your mind rest. Get on a detox from the email, the text, the social media, the stuff that takes you away from where you are. Take some time to be present, doing something that you love. And you say, I just don't have time. It's what you're probably thinking. That'll never happen for me. I want you to say instead, I haven't figured out how to take the time to do that. Own it. And then figure it out. And if you're not invited on trips to go do stuff like that, do what I did. I never got invited on all my friends were taking fancy hunting and fishing trips. I never got invited, damn it. I was pissed about it. And finally I realized, well, shit, I should create my own. So I created my own. That was 17 years ago. Got the same 4 guys going to the same place and having a ball every single time. Go have a vacation. I'm enjoying mine. I'm sure I am enjoying mine when you hear this. And set your own. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. Go get them.
Thanks for listening to No BS Sales School podcast. If you haven't already, please take 1 minute to write a quick review for the show. It really does make a huge difference. Also, subscribe to the show and please forward this episode to somebody else who needs to hear it. As a bonus for listening, I'm going to give you access to a free mini course, 7 expensive sales mistakes you're making and what you can do about it. Go to www.7salesmistakes.com and get access to the free mini course. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast.